Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans on 1977, episode 485. How's it going, everybody? Today, I'm going to talk about what happened last night on Impact Wrestling. But before I do that, I want to welcome a new subscriber to the channel. His name is Lord Dark Dylan 01. That's the YouTube username. So, Lord Dark Dylan 01, thank you for subscribing. And welcome to my channel, and hope you enjoy everything about it. And if you have anything to say, please comment on the videos, or tell everybody about my channel. So welcome to my channel, Lord Dark Dylan 01. All right, Impact Wrestling at St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. The fallout from Multiverse United as everything is getting ready set for Rebellion. The Motor City Machine Guns, that's Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin as the NJPW Strong Tag Team Champions to take on the Mighty Don't Kneel TMDK, Shane Haste, former Shane Thorne, and Bad Dude Tito. And it was a heck of a matchup. The Motor City Machine Guns did pick up the victory over them. Bullet Club was backstage watching the matchup, congratulating them, and they say, how about this at Rebellion? We'll make it a tag team title match. And if you want, we'll make it an Ultimate X match. He goes, well, if you can talk to Scott D'Amore and set it up, you got it. If he's down with it, we're down with it. We're gonna go for and then the Motor Machine Guns says we'll talk about it. Eddie Edwards decided to sit down and talk to Kenny King, and Kenny King goes, well, I would love to help you, but you know what? You didn't have my back. But we're gonna go our separate ways. I got something else in mind, and we want you to go ask the person who drove the car to help you. So it wasn't Kenny King. Who was it? We might get some answers as as Eddie Edwards goes one-on-one PCO. Scott D'Amore was informed that Josh Alexander and family have arrived. Evan Rice says thank you, and then Tommy Dreamer talks to D'Amore about adding him to the to the team. He was serious. He says, listen, I got things to run. I can't do it. I'm sure you'll find an army. No problem. Trey Miguel joins Tom Hennepin and Matthew Raywall in commentary as Mike Bailey and Jonathan Gresham go one-on-one. The winner will take on Trey Miguel for the X Division Championship. Then, in a great matchup, Trey Miguel attacked both guys, ruling the match a no contest. And the Dreamer talks to Callahan. He says, and Callahan is ready for step number 7. And basically, Cody Deaners talks to Callahan, saying, you gotta let authority know they're not above you. That's step 7. And then, so we'll find out what's going on. And then Gresham and Bailey were talking to Santino Marella, complaining about how Trey Miguel got involved. Trey Miguel says, I'm going to be like the anti-Oprah Winfrey. You're not getting a title shot. You're not getting a title shot. Santino Marella says, you know what? That's going to backfire because you're defending your title in a triple threat. But he said, well, we'll make an elimination matchup then. So, Trey Miguel's fine. So, and Dirty Dango joins in on the combo, which is pretty hilarious. He always thinks he's the dictator of authority. No, it's director of authority. The debuting Jody Threat took on Tara Rising, which Matthew Raywall and Tom Hennepin were making some jokes about the name Tara Rising. Are you ready? Oh, just game on. I'm like, oh boy. References to Triple H. And Jody Threat did win the matchup. But during the matchup, though, Santino Marella was attacked backstage, and Dirty Dango saying the designer was responsible for it. And then talking to Scott D'Amore about it. And so, he said we'll get a third guy. And in fact, Joe Hendry, Dirty Dango, and I will take on the design in the 6-man tag. That's what Santino Marella decides to. Gia Miller interviewed Tasha Steelz, so Giselle Shaw interrupted them, and now they're going to go one-on-one, Giselle Shaw and Tasha Steelz next week. 6-man tag action tonight, last night I should say. Tommy Dreamer, Yuya Uemura, and Darren McCarty, who was the enforcer for the Detroit Red Wings. Now, give me a second here. I've got my phone. Alright then, yeah, it's bright because it's starting to get sunny out. Check this out. I can do this. There we are. Here we go. Here we are. Here we go. Here we go. And and Darren McCarty of the Detroit Red Wings, 3-time Stanley Cup champion with them. He also played for the Calgary Flames. In a 6-man tag against Bully Ray and the Good Hands, that's Jason Hotch and John Schuyler, which McCarty won with a stunner and won for his team. So Dreamer, Uemura, and Darren McCarty. But Kenny King decided to attack Darren McCarty. Frankie Kazarian ends up joining in and started fighting Kenny King. And then Masa Slamovich gets involved, and Killer Kelly decides to come to the rescue. So this is crazy. So Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer may have to have their teams completed. So I thought it was very interesting. And then Donata Purrazzo addresses the whole Knockouts title situation. Now she said that she's confident that she'll walk out a 3-time Knockouts champion. We'll be on the lookout for that. PCO went one-on-one with Eddie Edwards, and Eddie Edwards did pick up the victory from an unlikely source, and we don't know what the story was with him and Alicia, his wife Alicia Edwards. Alicia Edwards came down and begged PCO not to do this, but then she clobbered PCO in the head with the kendo stick, costing him the matchup. And looks like Alicia was the driver all along. Who knew, right? She did play a heel. I watched her do that during the times of the Whale City Festival, when she joined up with the Prestige back in the day. You know, I think she can I think being a heel for her is going to help her in the long run. I believe that. And then PCO sits up, started making a chase towards the Edwardses. Edwards, both Eddie and Alicia jumped in the car, took off. And then Josh Alexander was in the ring. Steve Macklin and Kushida entered the ring first, and then Scott D'Amore came out and presided the whole thing with the Josh Alexander relinquishing the world title, and to the point where Kushida and Macklin are going one-on-one in Rebellion to decide the new champion. Josh Alexander made a passionate speech about how hard he worked to get this championship, and he says, now, unfortunately, I can't go, but I know you two guys can go. He dressed both of them. And he's a lot of respect for Kushida. He says, and then he gets, he tries to tell Steve Macklin, you don't have what it takes to be champion and all that. He believes Kushida was the one that, that'll take the title, and then Macklin starts running his mouth, and as he's about to running his mouth, and then Scott D'Amore got in his face, and it's just a crazy scene now. When Josh Alexander, now this is the most heart-wrenching moment of this whole thing because it was really tough to see, and I never see anything like this, but his wife Jen, Josh Alexander's wife Jen was in the ring. She was known as Jade Chung. She was part of the embassy back in the old school Ring of Honor days. Ended up, marrying Josh, and they had a couple sons, and Jet, the younger boy was there, who was more into the business, and and Jet, as Josh went to go hand the titles over to Scott D'Amore, Jet grabs it and hangs onto it, and that drove, his mother was driven to tears, and then Josh Alexander talked to him, said, hey, listen, son, I'll get this title back, Daddy's going to get... And that was like one of the most heart-wrenching moments I ever seen, when Alexander stole the title and was clutching onto it like a teddy bear or something like that. It was really compelling. What a storyline this could be, but it just tugs at the heartstrings a little bit, and it was really it was a touching moment. But you know, and I don't know if that was unexpected or or it was kind of an unexpected moment. I didn't expect that, but then Alexander did eventually hand the title. Steve Maclin ran his mouth. Scott D'Amore got in his face, and then Kushida got in his face, and before you know it, but before he took off, he said, Josh Alexander said, I'm going to be back, and when I do get back at 100%, I'm taking my title back. So, and after Steve Maclin ran his mouth, Scott D'Amore got in his face, and before you know it, Kushida got in his face. Both of them were brawling out. Steve Maclin tried to take the title, tried to hold it up, and then Kushida fought him again, hit him with a hoverboard lock, hitting him with everything he's got. He takes the title, he's holding it up, and then he eventually hands it over to Scott D'Amore. And that's where we end here on Impact Event Center from the 6th of April. Tonight is AEW SmackDown. Triple H is going to address the crowd once again. We have some good matches lined up. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar joining forces in a tag team matchup for the very first time against the Judgment Day team of Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. They have a lot to answer for what happened this past Monday night on Raw. And we know Rhea is going to be there. She'll address the crowd about the SmackDown Women's Championship. So we'll see what happens in the long run. So I'm really excited about what's going to happen. Also, AEW Rampage is tonight. Battle of the Belts 6 is following right after. And my vacation's almost over, guys. And I'll be back to work this coming Monday because Easter weekend. We know mall is closed on Easter. So I'll be back at work Monday. Really excited about it. And hopefully, it's been very tough. I've been fighting a cold. If you hear my voice, it's a little deeper than usual. So, yeah, I don't know if my voice is changing, getting older or what. Who knows for sure. So, next up is the first Fearless Friday of April 2023 as I play the game of Bullseye. That's right, that's coming up next, the 30th edition of it. And there'll be episode 486. So, I'm really excited about this, and congratulations to Super Mario Brothers movie. I saw it this past Wednesday. It was a great movie again, but it set a lot of records in the box office. So, it set a lot of records in the box office as a video game adaptation. So, congratulations to them. So, salute to them probably, and I'll play a Super Mario game for Saturday Superstar Arcade. Don't know which game I'm going to play, but I'll get back to you on that. All right, then. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Until the next episode comes rolling around. Again, Lord Dark Dylan 01, welcome to my channel as a subscriber. I'm glad to have you on board. And any questions, please let me know. All right. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.